comes Parker Fox, big man for Ben Johnson's Golden Gophers basketball squad at Parker Fox 24 via the tweet machine. You hear him with the Power Trip Morning Show and those snot-nosed kids. You heard him after Wolves wins and losses with the fan line piece called Howlin' with the Homies, Hootie Who, with Max Fuller. And you'll hear him 9 to noon frequently during the course of football and college basketball and stuff like that. Here comes Parker Fox. Thank you very much for helping. And in our quest to get to know you better, I have a few questions, if you don't mind.
Love it. Fire away.
Why is it at Parker Fox 24 when you wear number 23?
I always love that one.
It's a good one. That's a good one. I wore 24 in my old school.
Okay.
So
this is new school.
Yeah, this is new school. And Twitter, now X, right? Mm-hmm. They make it kind of difficult on the username change. So I don't know, have you tried to partake in any username change? I think yours has been the same.
No, Parker.
Yeah.
I'm, for better or worse, secure with my identity.
I always love that one.
I wear my right number on my jersey and and share it social media. So stupid.
Yeah, I got that one messed up.
Yeah, that's okay though. But so that's why.
That's why. Yeah, because I was 24.
No, but see, you're lying, and see, we're gonna try to.
I don't lie.
No, okay. Well, you just lied right there because we all lie at one point, whether they're white lies, exaggeration, or whatever.
It's fair.
Okay. Well, why I say you lie is because it's not difficult to change your username on Twitter. It's difficult to change it and expect all the followers to stay.
I always love that one.
That's what it is, right?
It is, yeah.
That's my man. See, look at that.
You got me.
Contrition, vulnerability. You came out right there. And it's building a better Parker for the future of America.
You don't want to restart that stuff. You don't want to restart that.
Yeah, I agree with you.
I'm sure you're with me. And there's probably a Parker Fox 23 taken out there, too.
But after the Big Ten season you're sitting on,
I always love that one.
You could make it Parker Fox, whatever, and slap
take the numbers out of it, right?
Just gonna roll, man. I can't wait to watch you play basketball too. By the way, like I've watched you play basketball, but not as my friend. Well, and like they're just it's during the time of the year, and the games are at certain times where I just have some things going on. But Golden Gophers basketball, for the most part, is now appointment viewing for me.
Yeah, no doubt. It's got to be.
So I can watch you. Now, I like Dawson. I liked him when he was at North Carolina.
Yeah, he's the best.
Yeah, he's a sweet basketball player.
Yeah.
The Hawkins bid, who I know is gone, I liked him. He was a little herky-jerky. He's a little in and out, shoot you out. But I've seen, and you've seen more than me, man, you've seen players shoot you out of games and then have dynamic charisma like that kid and shoot you into games.
Yeah, you got to have that.
Right.
You can't. It's got to be that. My dad always said that next shot mentality, right? You can't, if you miss one, if you dread about it, you're going to miss the next one.
Right.
So you got to have that short memory. You got to move on. You got to make your next shot.
But Parker, do know this, and I'm being serious with you on this, because now Tuesdays, at 11 o'clock when you were going to come in here and help 9 to noon or call from East Lansing, West Lafayette, that whole stuff. Tuesdays, we just learned 9 to noon is going to be at Twin Cities Orthopedics Performance Center because we have something special on a weekly basis coming up for the audience who happens to like the Minnesota Vikings every single week at 11 o'clock. And I'll share more of that later. But it's so whenever you join the show, because I think it's, as I've told you before, I think it's really cool to be able to call you on a game day for 7 minutes and talk about the game, or after games the next morning, have you come in or whatever. I think that's really cool. It's a privilege that we get to have. Now, I'm looking at 9 to noon. I can't speak for the Power Trip, and that's what I'm setting it up for. Is that it's a privilege to have somebody playing for not only a team on our airwaves, but a team that thousands in this market love, have followed it forever. It's a Big Ten team, and our friend is on it. And I also know how seriously you take it. You know what I mean? Where so like with 5:30 to 9, I mean, you guys may lose on a half-court shot to Illinois right at the buzzer, snapping a 4-game loser or extending a 4-game losing streak, okay, where now it's bad. Yeah. Okay, now you ain't feeling good.
It's ugly quick.
I'm not one to poke at that, like when we talk. I'm one more to be like surrogate dad, surrogate son, surrogate uncle, surrogate nephew. It's not necessarily blindly positive guy. it's some people who sit in this chair don't have hearts. I do. And I kind of know, or I feel what you're going through. So just know that when the season goes on, that's what's coming from this spot, okay?
Well, yeah, I look forward to it.
Yeah, I can't wait.
And you say thanks to me, but I want to say thanks to you because this wouldn't be possible without you. So I'm really looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a really fun bit for the both of us, and I think it's going to be something that people are going to love to listen to and enjoy.
How about after Vikings games?
Oh, man.
I mean, because I know you sweat the squad and you love the squad.
God, yeah.
You know, and I'm on the other side. You can take pot shots at and these are pros.
Yeah.
These are highly compensated pros where a lot of people go out of their way to watch them. They get a lot of attention, mostly positive. So it's a different situation than a college kid who, by the way, is in his final year doing something he loves as much, if not more than anything.
Oh, for sure. No, this is, yeah.
So I got you on this.
Yeah, we're locked in together. But, talking about sweating the Vikings, Taylor and I just moved into a new house, and I got my Good Luck Vikings blanket. It's a big purple blanket. It's got the Vikings in the bottom left. And she's like, do we really need this blanket?
Who's her favorite team?
She's a Vikings fan.
Good.
Yeah, she's a Vikings fan. But I looked at her and I was like, she goes, this doesn't fit the aesthetic of our living room. And I look at her and I was like, I don't care about the aesthetic of our living room. This is my good luck towel, man.
Hey, what would happen if she said, hold on. All right.
Deep breath.
What would happen if she said that to you and you said, well, you know what? The PWHL doesn't always fit the aesthetics of my television.
I always love that one.
You would have loved that one.
But we watch.
We watch every game. I haven't missed one.
What would happen if you said that?
I don't think that would be a good one.
Oh,
I think I'm learning to avoid those conversations. That's growth.
Well, why does she get to take shots at your adoration for a blanket and a team, but you can't at her league?
It's life, PA. It's life.
That'd be the best if you said that. Because you feel it.
She's going to listen to this too, and she's going to text me later and be like, "Don't you dare!
Yeah.
Don't you dare try!"
I've watched some of her interviews.
Yeah.
Okay, the girl's not afraid of a microphone.
Oh no,
she ain't afraid of a camera. I'm not saying she's just not afraid of it. She'll, it's not nervous and like, what can I say, staccato.
Yeah.
No, she has the sarcasm gene.
Oh, for sure.
We'll bring her in here.
Yeah,
because so do I.
Yeah, I know. She can't wait, man. If she wasn't in Lake Placid, I would have brought her today. But they're out with USA training camp on Lake Placid this week.
So what does she do there?
It's all just like team building and
for the Olympics,
skill, all that kind of stuff.
Wow,
so the U.S. team is all out. Yeah, they're all out there in Lake Placid, and I've never been out there. Have you been out to Lake Placid,
New York? No,
yeah, never been out there.
No, I was actually I lived on the East Coast in Washington D.C. when the Olympics were at Lake Placid.
Oh, wow, yeah.
And it was like there were 4 channels, ABC, CBS, NBC, and PBS.
Yeah.
I think it was that time, way back when.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, it's, okay, Minnesota, forgive me, but the Miracle on Ice.
Oh, yeah.
Was that Lake Placid?
That wasn't Lake Placid.
No, I don't know.
You got an answer there? I don't think that was Lake Placid.
Yeah, he'll figure it out, though.
But I don't know. I don't think that was Lake Placid though. But they definitely like,
but it was that era's what I was saying.
In the movie they had like their training camp.
Yeah, that was Lake Placid.
Oh, was it really?
Yeah,
you're right. Yeah.
Sorry, Mouse.
Good for you.
Okay, that's really cool. What
I got the poster in my dad's garage. He's got the poster of the Miracle on Ice.
Let me be dumb here. So USA men's basketball.
Yes.
Okay, crushing. Will win gold.
Yeah, hopefully. Yeah.
Okay, so is it a hopefully with them? Because like I had Cheryl Reeve on yesterday. They play Nigeria tomorrow.
Yeah.
And they had one weird game. Well, they started slowly against Germany, and then they had another game where it was single digits later than I think she thought. But they eventually blow them out. Well, that's like how about this? The USA women's basketball team has not lost a game in 30 years.
That's incredible.
In the Olympics, and they haven't lost a gold since like 92 or something. So with that said. And I apologize for not knowing this, the United States women's Olympic hockey team.
Yes.
All right. That's not a cinch like Canada's favored, right? In hockey.
Canada's
and men,
usually, I think it depends on the year, but Canada's usually favored.
Okay.
Yeah. And it's I wouldn't say it's an upset, but it's like it's always those two though. Like every single year, every World Championship, it's always Canada U.S. Every Olympic, it's always Canada U.S. And now it's like who plays better that day.
Well, after I meet Taylor, and because of you, well, I'm now watching every game.
Yeah, for sure.
Whenever it happens, because I want to. It's not anti-patriotic. I want to root for somebody I know, and I bet you there are other ladies on that team that I've met before for the state of hockey. Yeah. But like with the men. That's super intense in men's hockey, USA and Canada.
Oh, yeah,
got like Wayne Gretzky up in suites going nuts, rooting for the Canadian team and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I think Canada wins most, if not every time, right?
Yeah, they do.
Right.
We always have a chance to sneak in there. But no, on your points of watching Taylor, I actually got a funny story. So we were at the Taste for the Tour a couple weeks ago, and Kent Herbeck was there. And I grew up, watching I obviously didn't watch Kent Herbeck. My dad did. And I texted my dad. I was like, "Hey, Kent Herbeck's here." He shares this little story with me about how he lifted a guy's foot off of first base and tagged him out and this little
Ron
stuff.
Gant.
Yeah, there you go. And so I go up to him and I introduce myself and he was great, really nice guy. And, it was a quick little conversation. And then he sees Taylor behind me and he goes, "Are you Taylor Heisey?"
Oh, wow.
And I was like, "What's going on here?" Like,
wow.
I'm the one that came up to you. I'm trying to meet you. And
welcome to the rest of your life.
Literally, he goes, "I watch every one of your games." And they had a conversation. And then moments later, we're waiting for our valet for our car. And his wife walks out and she goes, "Oh my God, Kent, it's Taylor Heisey. We watch all of her games." And I was like, "Oh my God, this is awesome. This is my life, man.
For now.
This is my life. I can't do the PWHL little chirp on the TV anymore. This is my life, man."
But that's okay. This also is the state of hockey.
It's the best, man.
You know what I mean?
So fun.
All right. So fun. In a quest to just get to the core of who Parker Fox is and know more about him. When did you graduate Matamidi High School?
Yeah, 2017.
Okay, yeah, it's 2024.
It is.
I always love that one.
Yeah.
Honestly, how have you managed to milk almost a decade of college basketball?
Oh, man. Well, COVID gave me a year, right? My first year, I attended Northern State University, and I redshirted. We ended up playing in the Division II National Championship. So redshirted that year, played a couple years, COVID, and then had the back-to-back injuries.
Yeah. I knew there was one knee.
Yeah, they did both knees, back-to-back.
You lost both seasons?
Yeah, 14 months apart.
Ron, you still have that vertical now that I saw on Twitter?
Yeah, something like that, man. It's a lot of hard work, man.
Nice vertical.
Appreciate it. Yeah. It's okay. It's not what it used to be, but lost both years to the ACL, the lateral, and the medial meniscus. 14 months apart on both fluke injuries. Yeah, so
that's why.
Yeah, that's why.
So you got double red shirt
plus a COVID year plus an actual freshman red shirt. So
wow.
Yeah, I got to figure out a way to get a ninth. I don't know how I do it, but
either that or in a pension program. I mean, you've been around there so long. You know what I mean?
They got to just employ me at the university at this point.
All right, now. So what's this Dr. Dish you now are a part of?
Yeah. Have you heard of the Dr. Dish at all?
No.
Okay. So Dr. Dish
is at your Twitter.
Yeah, shoot away machine. So basically they invented this fielding net that goes around the hoop and it allows you to, when you make the shot, it goes down in the machine. And even if you miss the shot, it's going to bounce off the rim and it's going to be funneled by this net into this machine.
So you don't have to run into parking lots and down hills to get the ball.
Yeah. If they would have had that in your day, you would have been suiting up junior year. Right. You'd have been ready.
I always love that
ready in the corner.
Come on right back at me, boy.
Ready in the corner, man.
See, you're so frustrated that your Taylor's 1A. Now you're taking it out on me to build yourself up, which is totally fine. That's how the dog-related relationship works between you and I.
That's how this goes, right?
Yes.
Am I mistaken?
You're a dog. Be a dog. Come at me and bite.
Oh, man. It's a great machine. You would have loved it. But it's basically, you can get up 1,000 shots in an hour. And
is it the basketball version of the square pitcher bit?
Yeah, similar.
Yeah,
similar to that. But it's basically like you can program it to go to different spots. You can program it different lengths of passes, different speeds of passes, all that kind of stuff. So it's got a little thing on it says it's a prolonged use will change your life.
Are you? If I called you a power forward, would that be accurate?
Yeah, I like the power forward.
Are you a stretch four?
I'm working on it.
I saw on Twitter you hit a three-pointer. Looked pretty good.
I'm working on it. I think any guy in my space as an athlete knows that like my top thing is my athleticism, right? Like I love to slash, I love to get to the rim, I love to dunk, block shots.
So you can dribble.
I could dribble a little bit. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. But
both hands?
Both hands. Yeah.
Strong?
Yeah. Strong both hands.
Excellent.
Yeah. You have to be to play.
I understand that, but I mean, with big guys, It's like Nas Reed, strong with both hands.
Yeah, he's incredible.
But his crossover, so just keep going.
No, he's incredible. But I think I'm the kind of guy, when you watch me play, I want to get the crowd going. I want to get everybody hyped up. I want to, get the fans involved and all that kind of stuff. But what's the next layer? What's the next step in my game? And that's my jump shot. And I think just working on consistency with it. I think so many times people don't realize that as a shooter, it's not about being able to make a couple here and there. It's consistency, and we're always so product oriented. We want to see the ball swish through the hoop, and that's great. But we have to be process oriented and realize if we continue to do the same thing over and over again and do it the right way, it eventually will come into fruition. So that's something I've been really working on with my game, is just extending that, and hopefully if I keep playing after this and I'm able to, I'm blessed enough to go play professional basketball, I'll be able to shoot the ball at a high level. So
you mean NBA?
That's obviously the goal, right?
Okay.
Everybody has that goal, but I'm also a realistic person. I've gone through 2 pretty major injuries and know that, Europe would be a fun spot to go for a couple of years as well.
Right. So obviously you and Taylor have talked about that.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, because this, what is she, 24?
Yeah, she's 24.
Okay. So this, wow. This could be, granted, you ain't going to have kids for a little while if you want to have kids. At least I don't think you would. But you play professionally over there, and say she landed somewhere, like say you're both in Prague.
Yeah, that would be sweet.
And then all of a sudden deals are up at the same time. Then you're both in Sweden or whatever.
That'd be sweet.
That would be for 10 years.
Yeah, that'd be sweet. I don't know if I can do it for 10 years, man. My knees are a little, they're on the downcline right now, but
so when you get over there, don't you have to be concerned about 2 things? A, are all the planes up to snuff?
Yeah.
I'm not kidding you. It's like there would be hockey players who would come back from Russia or other places who would be like, these airplanes, they ain't all, they're not all in one piece. Somehow we got from A to B, but the airplanes in certain countries are problematic. And I'm being serious here. Getting paid in some places is problematic too.
Yeah, you're right.
You got to think about that a little bit.
It is. You do. Yeah, for sure. And I think for me, like I said, I'm a realistic person when it comes to that, and I want to set myself up for that. And if other things arise, like let's say what I'm doing right now and that kind of stuff, I think I'm a pretty real person when it comes to that. And I'll know when my time is up with basketball. And I think I'm still pushing right now. And I'm still trying.
What are you going to do if Abbott offers you 175, but you can get 150 in Prague, continuing to do what you love?
That's a good.
I always love that.
I haven't thought about that one, PA. You got me a little flustered over here.
You're the best.
I'll defer that question. I think I'll defer that one. But I'll tell Abbott that's probably going to go there.
Best way out of it is, Paul. It's a press conference.
I'm going to call you. I'm going to call you and get your advice. Is what I'm going to do.
Paul, I'm not into unrealistic hypotheticals, and I can't cast my gaze the way of the future that far. So I'm just going to defer. To Taylor, because she makes all the decisions in the household.
I always
Let's
love
go.
This guy's killing me this morning, man.
Am I bugging you?
No, I love it.
I love you. I love you too.
Love you, brother.
So do you have to go to classes?
Yeah, I do.
What?
Yeah, I got to take classes.
7 years into schooling, you're still taking classes?
Still taking classes. Got to stay alive, man. I don't know. I think they tell you that you got to take 6 credits of graduate level programming.
Okay.
So that's 2 3-credit classes. So I think I'm going to take maybe some aromatherapy this year, maybe do a little yoga, try to keep the body zen, try to keep it all even. I think you know a little bit about that, right?
Well, with aromatherapy, do you take that class with the hopes of working at Bed Bath & Beyond?
I always love that one.
Or like a candle store or something?
Like
Yankee Candle?
Yankee Candle's great.
It's the bomb.
If
I want to empty my 401k to buy 2 of them.
Hey, they always have like a 3 for $25 deal.
But they're like an inch tall and they burn out in like 2 minutes,
Yeah, that's a ripoff.
With all due respect to everybody involved.
Yeah.
So are you going to work on a master's?
I already got my master's. Yeah, I got my master's 2 years ago.
Wow.
So right now I'm just
what's
doing
above master's?
PhD, but as a basketball player, they don't really.
You're unbelievable.
Why are you laughing when I said PhD?
You've been in school almost 10 years. You're still playing basketball. You have a master's.
I'm just chugging along, man. I'm just chugging along. That's all.
I'm just trying to get to know you.
Yeah.
Could you potentially start teaching at the university while playing for the program?
I think I could. So the master's program, the PhD program I was going to take was sport leadership, and they have
Professor Parker,
Professor P, Doc Fox, but they had some classes that they would have wanted me to be a TA and do some teaching with, and I feel like I could. Both my parents are educators. My dad's a principal, my mom's a school teacher, so I feel like I would have been able to figure it out. They they're awesome at it. They taught me my whole life. So
would Taylor sign off on it?
I think she would. Her mom's a teacher too.
Wow.
So yeah, I think she'd sign off.
Damn, y'all got a smart household.
I need her permission, obviously. So yeah,
wow.
Yeah.
So you guys will have a child that will be athletically gifted because of her and you.
We hope so.
Both athletic and because of the pedigree, super smart. This child's going to be able to make it to the highest level, the professional level, and do his or her own contract.
I always love that one.
That's the way to do it right there.
The teachers in the background, man.
That's the way to do it. Then you don't got to pay those dang agents, man. Those agents, they love to. Didn't know what Bucker did there? Didn't he do his own contract too?
Who?
Harrison Bucker?
He negotiated his own bit. How many years between you and I, PA, have we gone to school without getting a degree?
What do you mean?
So you had 5 years at a 2-year school.
I was at Pasadena City College, 85 to 90.
Okay.
And started as an intern at the Pasadena Star News in 89, and then got hired full-time to cover high school sports and get some side stuff like California Angels, Dodgers. Lakers were getting good then.
Yeah.
Actually were good with Magic and stuff. I think I got $24,000 a year as my first full-time writing deal with the past. So that'd be the answer. What about you?
Well, no, I was just thinking because he's got his master's already. We're talking a ton of years invested. You got 5 years at a 2-year school with no degree.
Right, and he has a gravy train in Taylor. We didn't have that at that stage of our lives.
I have 3.5 years at college down in Mankato at the South Central Votech, or I wonder what it's. I think it's just South Central College now, and then Mankato State.
3.5?
No
and
degrees.
You stopped before the wire?
So we
I never even got into the race.
We had just personal decisions.
Yeah.
Emotional immaturity. We didn't.
I understand.
There's no Professor Nordquist.
Yeah. And like me, you ran out of money.
I always love that one.
To pay for the full freight. I got it. Same thing here, man. I understand that. Tell us about the Pro-Am and the dramatic conclusion.
Yeah, we're down to the final 4 teams. So last night, Team Double Down.
Oh, Double Down didn't win the title last night?
No, we got through first round of the playoffs. Mm-hmm. So tonight is round 2 of the playoffs versus Apple Valley's own Tyus Jones.
Wow.
And his brother JD Jones.
Wait, Tyus plays in the games?
Tyus is playing in the game. Yeah.
As a free. Oh no, where'd he sign?
He signed Suns.
Oh, Suns.
Going down to Phoenix.
Damn,
yep, going
that's
down to
right.
Phoenix. So he was out. He didn't play for the majority of the Pro-Am. Then he finally signed his contract and got the ink on the paper, and now you can play. So yeah, we're gonna have to figure out some matchup stuff tonight.
Wow.
You got any advice for me?
Well, who's on your team?
I got Cal Wishart. I don't know if you heard that name or not, but
just rattle off the name.
Yeah, Cal Wishart. I got Peyton Willis, former Gopher.
Yeah.
He'll be good for us. I
Jamal
got
Abu
Shamala. Yep, there you go.
Trevor Winter.
Yeah, Trevor Winter.
Yep,
there you
Al
go.
Nolan.
Yeah, these are all good Gophers, but too old to play in the Pro-Am. So I'm going with some younger guys. I got Tyler Wall, former Badger.
I know them all.
Yeah, he's great for us. Dane Zimmer played at Moorhead. I got Deshaun Patterson, who was
it. That's all I need to know.
Globetrotter.
And Tyus is on the other team?
Tyus is on the other team.
And
so
the advice would be hoist the white flag right now.
I always love that one.
Just kidding.
We got to go box and one.
Well, what you got to do?
What do you know about the box and one?
Is not as much as I know about the passing game.
Yeah.
But what you need to do, get them together before the game and say, guys, when it comes to commitment, there is no in between. You're either in or you're out.
Wow.
So I ask you, gentlemen, are you in? In. Are you in? In. Are you in? In. Get out there and whoop somebody's ass now. Let's go.
This is the biggest Pro-Am. That's never been done at the Pro-Am. But I'm going to start it tonight.
Yeah.
I'm going to start it tonight.
With commitment, there's no in between.
It's true. I love it.
All right, we'll chat about more next week, all right?
Let's do it.
I appreciate you. Parker Fox at Parker Fox24, Minnesota Vikings president and co-owner Mark Wilf makes up the next segment, 9 to noon. Mark Wilf, president and co-owner of the Minnesota Vikings, was at Twin Cities Orthopedics Performance Center yesterday, where I happened to be. So he was nice enough to acquiesce when I was like, hey, can we bust loose with an interview here? And he's like, sure. Even though we have an ownership retreat now, I got 8-ish minutes for you. So I'm like, all right, how you been?
Yeah, everything's great.
I can't look at the schedule without seeing the first game, knowing it's at MetLife Stadium, which happens to be in New Jersey, and just wondering what the number is. Like how many tickets, sideline pass. You got to start thinking about that early, right?
Absolutely, and it's always as exciting as it can get to be opening game, but to have it in New York against the Giants, it'll be a great game. That's
going to be great. Season opener for your Minnesota Vikings. Now, the A topic of the offseason sadly provides somber news with the death of rookie cornerback Kyrie Jackson. And just seriously, what a wonderful job by the team, not only picking up the funeral expenses, but working with the family with the contract and the recognition of it now and to come. How do those decisions come to fruition?
You know, we always talk about the Vikings. Yes, it's a business, but we try as best we can to create a family atmosphere. And Kyrie, in just a very short time here, affected so much of our club, our staff, our locker room. And it's no accident that we drafted him. He was that kind of individual. And it's a loss for all of us, not just for our fans, but really inside the building. And you got to do the right thing in life, and that's what we wanted to do here for him and his family, and for the other victims as well. We feel for them, and it's been a tough summer from that regard.
A very nice touch by you guys. Thank you very much for the way you handled that. And that would be one of the lower points of your tenure as stewards of the Minnesota Vikings. You and your brother and family members, 20th season owning the Minnesota Vikings. You head into your 20th season at MetLife in New Jersey. That's just beautiful. What, just quick twitch, what hit you about owning the team for 20 years that sticks?
It's as fresh and as exciting as ever, the privilege and the responsibility to be part of the NFL like this, to be part of stewarding such a great franchise, and all the milestones, the journey, getting the stadium done, getting TCO done, so our fans can really relish it and bring their families, and the great moments we've had on the field and off the field. Yes, we're still fighting for that Super Bowl championship, and that's number one now, and it always has been, always will be. But every part of it has been just such a thrill, and looking forward to keep working at it.
And you think about the ever-changing nature of the game simply in the 20 years you've owned the team. I mean, we're now playing in Brazil, and 2013, I'll never forget being at the Grove in Watford before you beat the Pittsburgh Steelers at Wembley. It's, if you take a step back for a second and think about the last 20 years from a positive standpoint, the rookies of the year, Favre rolling in here in 2009. It's been amazing, hasn't it?
It's quite the hit list. We've had a lot of great moments. The miracle, which you labeled, and so many other things. And again, it's about bringing the community together, our fans worldwide, and the growth of the game, like you say. It's just explosive. It's the greatest game on earth, and it's about having a great team, and every part of the team is needed, and that's why we're excited about this coming season. Coach O'Connell, Kwesi, the team as a whole, coming together. It's always exciting this time of year, and we're no exception. We're as excited as our fans are.
And we'll get into the 2024 season with Mark here momentarily, but you talked about growing the game. First, with the flag football leagues for girls, you're championing and are behind. What was the reasoning, first and foremost, to get into that?
Well, we want to grow the game, and I think, of course, health and safety is part of it. It's a way for young people to get engaged in it, for young girls to get engaged in the game, and now it's going to be an Olympic sport in 2028. So that's another, in this Olympic season, to talk about just very exciting way to engage young people into the sport, not just watching it on television, but participating and being part of it. So we're pushing hard in the upper Midwest to really have flag football engaged as a high school varsity sport in Minnesota. Several communities have adopted it, and we're going to try to do more and more on that front. So the sky's the limit as far as the push for flag football, and we applaud what the league's doing there as well.
Yep, that's fantastic. With the league initiative is what Mark's referencing, and it's a common thread during the Wilf ownership. And it's not my job to know the intensity level when you push players, coaches, and or staff about the importance of getting out in the community and the importance of empowering others. That's just always been very important to you guys. Why is that?
It's just where, even in our business hats, it's always very important that we have to recognize that we're able to be in these roles because of the community. The Vikings are supported by our fans, and it's very much a community team.
Yeah.
And so whether it's flag football or the lunch programs we do, serving 30,000 meals every year with our meals program, whatever it is, we want to make sure we give back to the community. The pride that people have in the Vikings should not just be on the field, but for what we are as a community. And that's the kind of players, staff, coaches, and so forth that we want to bring in, the kind of people that people can be proud to be part of.
So at the end of the equation, is it fair to say to whom much is given, much is expected? And these are privileged jobs working for or in the National Football League. And then, people may be tired, and like later in the season, Tuesdays, people are tired, they want to rest, and they still get out in the community to help, simply because when you see the faces of those who are being served, specifically the children, I mean, this is everything for them. It's just so important.
I mean, the Vikings were in the forefront of developing Community Tuesdays, where our players go out. Every one of our players on our roster go out and do something in the community. We're proud of that. And yes, we are in a privileged role, and with privilege comes responsibility. So it all fits in well together, and it'll be that much sweeter when we hoist that trophy in a community-wide parade that everyone will feel a big part of that.
How about the offseason? I mean, Darrisaw's money, Jefferson's contract, just a laundry list of free agents. What do you think of the offseason?
Well, we know a good thing when we see it, and the two players you mentioned are some of the finest in the NFL and in Vikings history. So we're proud of them. We're proud of all the other players that have come on. Some great additions, particularly on the defense I'm excited about. All the free agents we've brought in. Coach Flores, I know, is going to have a up-tempo defense that's going to have some new wrinkles to it. So excited on all fronts, and we're going to keep the top players that we have if we can, and provide the resources to make it happen.
With the general manager, Kwesi Adolfo-Mensah, from the time he started to where he is now, what pieces of maturation have been palpable to you? What growth have you absolutely seen?
Well, there's always every year new layers come into it, and I think he's developed a real strong team of scouts, evaluators, bringing the whole organization in as the decisions are being made, and I think this draft was no exception. Bringing in a quarterback like J.J. McCarthy, and of course the move to get our fine pass rusher and the rest
Dallas
down
Turner.
there, right? And getting the kicker and all the other positions ticked off is one thing, but also having the kind of input and feedback that has just grown. And I think working together over now 3 years as a team, I think Kwesi's developed a great team, and he's led well and worked well with Kevin as well.
So obviously, as president and co-owner, we have a vested interest here with Mark Wilf. You're also a fan, and so is your brother Ziggy. So there are things that excite you or perhaps concern you about the 2024 team, and over the 20 years, I would imagine you get good at balancing the emotions, and cliche as it may be to some, I mean, it's reality in this league, taking it one game at a time. 2024 Vikings, just quick twitch. What do you like?
Like I said, I think the defense is going to be night and day from where we're at. Sam Darnold, J.J. McCarthy, and the team at quarterback. I think Kevin's got great competition at that position. The new running back in place, getting J.J. signed up. I just think we have a lot of weapons. There's a chip on the shoulder of this team that they want to make it happen. They're working hard in this offseason. And I know week 1 against the Giants, they're going to give us our best. And it's just always exciting every year to see it build.
Yeah.
Preseason starting this weekend and then going on and on. So we're very excited.
During the Wilf ownership, there back 2011, I believe, Christian Ponder was drafted high. Teddy after that. Then we had the awful knee injury at practice at Winter Park. McCarthy's different, and I say that because I've been around all of them like you, and you know them more intimately than me. What an engaging young man J.J. McCarthy is. Wouldn't you agree?
Certainly has a charisma, certainly has the winning record and the arm and the smarts and the energy. And I think, like I said, we have a great quarterback room. I think the whole room is great.
Yeah.
So that competition is what we want to see at all positions and create that depth, create that talent. So getting that done is a big thing, and I think he's going to be a great addition to this team and a great leader on this team.
And the veteran Sam Darnold has been terrific during training camp, and both quarterbacks are very athletic in Sam Darnold and J.J. McCarthy. Of course, there's Nick Mullins, who we saw last year, and Jaron Hall, likewise into his second year. Last one. Thanks for the time, too. We have a new kickoff rule and other rules changes. When the owners get together and you start pondering rule changes, and then it goes into action with votes and everything. Like, what's that process? Do you talk about it before? Like, how's it work?
Absolutely. Every year we get the statistics. And what's great about the NFL, never hesitant to change things to keep the game fresh and exciting. And it was a dead play. And now we have a play. You already see it in the Hall of Fame game, and you'll start seeing more in the preseason. It's very exciting.
Yeah.
I think the input, though, it was not done on a knee-jerk. There was a lot of study. They brought in a lot of all the special teams coaches around the league, gave some heavy input. There was a task force. So a lot goes into these votes. It's not just coming up when you see it in the headlines. So a lot of work goes into it. We want to keep the game healthy and safe as it can be for the players, and I think this is a real good improvement.
So none of it works like this? New kickoff rule? Hold on. I got Kane. Okay, yeah, I'm in. Where do I...
Let's hope not. I know the coaches are working hard and making sure it's. There'll be a lot of learnings. I mean, it's
big time.
You know, you have it on paper one way, but then the reality's coming. You're already seeing some thinking going around the league about who's going to kick it, who's going to cover it, how it's going to be implemented. So it'll be exciting for the fans, and it'll be the typical roller coaster for us within the organization.
Preseason begins Saturday. Regular season begins just a few weeks after that. Thank you very much for the time. I can sense you're excited, and you know I'm excited. Let's just get the boom underway and just see where they fall, right?
Thanks, PA. Absolutely.
Thank you.
That's Vikings owner and president Mark Wilf sitting down yesterday afternoon with PA. And thank you so much for Mark Wilf's time. Thank you to the Vikings for setting it up. Final segment, 9 to noon.
I can't wait until tomorrow.
Hey, PA, we were kind of joking around throughout the day today about breaking news, and you know, there's news in A section. We're not really a political show, PA. And so we tried to have fun with it. We tried to do a bit, and it's, you know, who's starting here and the Chicago White Sox losing games. But I think, you know, obviously there was a vice presidential nominee, a candidate that was selected. And I think as we wrap up 9 to noon, I personally just want to say congratulations to Wes Walz.
The captain!
Drafted by the Bruins in the 1989 draft, found his way through the Lethbridge Hurricanes to the big club, years with Calgary, Philly, Detroit. He even offered service overseas, 4 years in Switzerland.
Right.
Before settling here in 2000, he wore the C. He encompasses Minnesota toughness, Minnesota values, and he's a terrific example of the culture that he helped grow during his time here in the state. His leadership's unquestioned. I think he's going to be fantastic at the next level. Congratulations to Wes Walz.
Yep, Wes Walz, the captain, our main man. Go Twins tonight. 6 in a row for Pablo. 6 in a row for Pablo. 6 in a row for Pablo. And that's the end of the show. Here's Nordo with a wrap on said show.
And thanks to Casey's for the 9 to noon show wraps. Casey's with the food and fuel rewards, the elite pizza. Love Casey's. Hop into one today.
Oh, my.
9 to noon, you're home for the big news. It always devolves into some sort of ruse. Beating the bitten to the ground, no sparing the horse, as long as it makes us laugh, of course. It's Darnold atop the first depth chart. JJ finding his touch, firing darts. He's trying to shoot the moon like in a game of hearts. He's sending fans into preseason fits and starts. And it was cool catching up with J-Lou 50. Thinks his Guardians are looking pretty nifty. Our squad has mastered the art of being thrifty, but Royce is healthy and he's feeling pretty shifty. In the land of Minnesota nice, having to look up the location of the miracle on ice. Appreciate the mocking text, emails, and calls, but seriously, congrats to Wes Walz.
Sounds of hockey.
Podcast today's Paul Allen Show, or listen back to previous show and interviews by going to the iHeartRadio app or KFAN.com.